Hey all, this is Reddit Tosker. On this channel we're doing daily spoiler-free videos until the release of Shadow of the Erdtree. At the time of recording there are 4 days left. And let me begin the video by cautioning you that there have been reports of the DLC being completely leaked, including the final boss. I don't know if these reports are true, I'm not going to look at them. But I am seeing many people in my comment section say that they saw them and that they are in fact real. For today's topic we're going to look at the PC Gamer interview with Miyazaki. PC Gamer did a lengthy interview that they will release on the 20th, and they've been releasing sections of that interview piecemeal, leading up to Elden Ring's release. Many of the things discussed are really interesting, and so we're going to touch on a few of them. One of the really interesting ones is they asked Miyazaki about people using guides to complete his games. And this is what he had to say. "We obviously understand that players use guides, but we don't make or plan anything with that as a prerequisite. If anything, we try to cater to the player who is completely blind and wants to go through organically. If they can't do it, then there is some room for improvement on our behalf, and we'd like to try to embrace those players more in the future." For Shadow of the Erdtree, Miyazaki said, "Once players have made it through enough of the base game to access the expansion, the developers have faith that they will be able to continue, find these secrets, and overcome these challenges." So the developers know that people are going to use guides to complete their games. It's inevitable that some percentage of people will choose to take that route. But they don't design the game with that in mind. Rather, the game is designed for the person who wants to go in blind. In fact, Miyazaki has recommended that you do that in previous interviews. Before Elden Ring came out, he said, "If possible, we want players to try and steer clear of spoilers or guides, and go in with a completely fresh, open mind and enjoy the initial sense of adventure. That's how we'd want to experience the game if we were going into it for the first time, and that's how we hope our players can experience the game comfortably at their own pace with this new sense of wonder." So, the game is meant for you to go through organically. And Miyazaki says that if someone can't do it or feels like they can't do it, then he sees that it's something that From Software needs to improve. They failed to do something they were trying to do, which is trying to make you feel comfortable and enjoy playing through organically. And I'm glad Miyazaki had this interview and clarified this point, because there is the idea that perpetuates amongst people that most people are out there playing with a guide, which I just don't think is true. And that in fact the games are designed for you to have a Fextra Life tab open or several while you go through them. Or that these quests are impossible to complete without somebody telling you how to do it. And I just don't believe any of that is true. Now if you want to play with a guide, that's fine. I'm not saying don't do that. Well, I am saying don't do that, but if you want to do it, go ahead. If you're afraid of missing content or missing out on a weapon or a spell or something, then using a guide makes sense. But I also think that you'll be missing out on something either way. If you play blind, you risk missing a spell or a weapon that you might want to get, or a quest part that you might want to see. But inversely, if you play with a guide, you'll miss out on the experience of finding those things on your own, of being stumped on a quest and then figuring it out. You'll miss out on looking down over a ledge and wondering, I wonder if there's anything down there, and then discovering, hey, there was something down there. Or seeing a place that you can't get to and trying to figure out how to make your way over there. There's a lot of stuff in Elden Ring that's enjoyable that is made more enjoyable by the fact that you figured it out on your own or you found it by yourself. And you only get to play the game for the first time once. At the very least, that first time, I think you should go in blind. The game was designed with that in mind. And then in New Game Plus, or in subsequent playthroughs, you can use a guide to find what you missed. Anyway, that's the end of this video. As always, thank you very much for watching.